Most men today are not thinking, they are reacting. They are blown about by every outrage headline, every economic panic, every manufactured trend, and every fleeting emotion. We live in an information golden age, yet we are starving for actual clarity. Because modern society has systematically dismantled the wizard aspect of the male psyche, there has been a devastating drain in critical thinking skills. Men have become passive consumers of other people's ideas, while completely losing the ability to form their own. You think you are choosing your path, but you are just running an algorithm someone else programmed for you. If you cannot control your focus, you cannot control your own mind. It is time to stop being a spectator in the gallery of noise. It is time to step into the quiet laboratory of the mind. When we talk about the wizard or the magician archetype, we are not talking about literal spells, supernatural power, or fantasy novels. We use the term wizard to emphasize the scholarly pursuit of hidden knowledge and the mastery of objective reality, historically linked to the reflective light of the moon, the deep stability of the card suit of clubs, and the properties of silver. This energy represents the psychological architecture of clarification. The man who expresses his healthy wizard aspect uses his mind to see through the static. He is the specialist, the mentor, the engineer. He's the man who has spent hours studying the blueprints of reality so that he can enlighten others when the storm hits. The wizard doesn't shout to prove a point. He knows that the loudest voice in the room is almost always the weakest mind. He observes, analyzes, and decodes. But when a man is fragmented, his internal intellectual engine warps into two destructive extremes, its shadow poles. On one side lies the active shadow, the detached manipulator. This is the man who has intellect but zero heart. He uses his specialized knowledge to deceive, exploit, and pull strings from behind a screen. He thinks he is superior because he can deconstruct everyone else's flaws, but his brilliance has curdled into pure cynicism. He knows everything, yet feels nothing, a scholar in a self-made prison of his own arrogant ego. On the other side lies the passive shadow, the denying innocent. This is the man who completely abdicates his mental power. Faced with a complex world, he plays dumb. He says, "I don't know anything about finance," or "Politics is too messy for me," using self-imposed ignorance as a shield against responsibility. He passively follows the crowd, terrified of the effort it takes to think for himself, letting his life collapse around him while claiming he's just keeping it simple. Both paths are pitfalls. One uses knowledge as a weapon, the other uses ignorance as an excuse. You must understand that your internal pillars cannot function in isolation. The wizard acts as the master coordinator of your entire masculine council. You cannot be a king if you are easily fooled by court jesters or bad advice. The wizard provides the king with the objective data and blueprints required to rule wisely. You cannot be a warrior if you cannot see the trap set before you. Whereas, your king aspect may focus your warrior. The wizard enhances the warrior's skill and discipline with a strategy based on information and data. And finally, you cannot be a lover if you have nothing original or profound to say. The wizard not only enhances the lover's social intrigue, but also keeps the lover's passion from spinning into naive fantasy, grounding romance in reality. A balanced mind is your primary weapon and your deepest shield. If you leave it fractured, the rest of your architecture will buckle. So how do you exercise the wizard in a world designed to keep you distracted and reactive? First, curate your inputs. Stop feeding the monster of hyperstimulation. For at least 1 hour a day, disconnect from the grid. Trade the endless feed for deep, uninterrupted focus. Second, master a skill. Pick a vital system in your realm, whether it is your hobby, a trade, a language, or deep psychological self-analysis, and study it until you understand the underlying mechanics. Move from a casual consumer of information to a dedicated student of truth. Third, formulate your own verdicts. Before you adopt an opinion on a trend or a headline, pause. Strip away the emotional language, look at the objective facts, and build your own conclusion from the ground up. The modern world wants you passive, easily triggered, and fragmented. It wants you dependent on its narratives. We reject this drift. Sharpen your mind, reclaim your focus, join the brotherhood, take up the compass, and step onto the path to become the sovereign, the divine man. Next time we will dive deeper into the lover archetype, just as important as the other three. See you on the path, brothers.